Glasses. Okay, see, I'm legally blind. Those cough was popping. It's Affliction Day. Goes live in 3 hours. Oh, it definitely messed up my hair. Me sounding like the woman. Transfigured Gems Part 5. Green Blade Vortex. Sure, area of effect when consuming a minion. Yeah. Ooh, very nice. Sure, fragility. Strike of him by dexterity. Shadow of Prominence. A lot more damage with the Earth Shatter. I believe we found them. This versus all targets. Based. Rage. Buff damages life. Basis. Cold. Surging. Drill intensity. Crush cadence. Gains 15 physical as extra cold. Convert all to cold. 50 more damage. Slams with offhand weapons. Larger area effect. Requires dual wielding swords, maces, scepters, or axes to use. Arrow, penance brand. Perforate. 10 additional spikes if you change stance. Less damage and blood. More area of effect and stand. If in sand spikes, be plus outwards. You're in blood by default. Rate of arrows of artillery, rate of arrows of saturation. Discourage arrow menace. Each arrow leaves one spore pod. Each spore pod hours. 8 thorn arrows still. Damage. Shrapnel, ballista, storm rain. And goal. Lightning stone. Tornado shot. Fire arrows at their payload. Fire from the payload arrow lands. Toxic rate of store burst. There's the poison hit. Ooh. Weather conversion. How fun. Self wither. How nice. Viper strike of a mamba. Hits enemies, converting physical to chaos, inflicting poison. If dual wielding, deal the damage with both weapons. Must be claw, dagger, or sword. 60% chance to poison, 240% more damage with poison, with 60 physical damage conversion. But poison cannot be inflicted on poisoned enemies. Interesting. I'm exiling some paths, yes. John. Hello, Horror. Horror is no longer quarantined. How does it feel to be a free woman? Able to snuggle your husband. Yeah. 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 Oh, lovely. Let's look at some retarded ass shit comments that are being placed on my The Pain Begins She-Hulk video.
Well, I hate every bit of this.
It'll be great. The Game Awards. See, I did something much more productive with my time last night. rather than watch the Game Awards, which was absolutely slam dunk my wife. Alright. I posted what I did to her. Okay. It wasn't about reproduction. Indeed, it's exactly what I did last night. Alright. Window capture 2. There we go. Newest comment. Highlighted. 3118. You say you hate the same of the guy who played a very big role in the success of the MCU in the first place. Also, why would Banner be as petty to go World Breaker Hulk over a petty argument with his cousin? Do you people actually understand these characters?
I hate that I'm about to say his name. Joss Whedon, and then handed it to Taika Waititi and told, hey, punch this shit up and make it funny. Because Lord knows Taika Waititi cannot control himself when he's given control of a project. The scene would have her rant, and then her do this, and then get her ass pounded in a fight. While he continues pounding on her. Like, where people have been saying, I think this is going to be a return to a Savage Hulk, and maybe we'll get Worldbreaker Hulk. Nigga, it should. It should irritate Bruce. It should irritate Bruce that his cousin, who he now feels a responsibility to, believes that she has full control of shit when he knows he fucking doesn't. And it should infuriate and insult his intelligence and his pride on a level that irks his nerve since ever being stuck on Sakaar. It should piss him off. And her pissing him off should give him the ability to get to the first level of Worldbreaker Hulk. Because why would you say that to somebody who has basically been denied love, affection, connection, and humanity? Hunted for most of his life, because despite many people wanting to bitch and whine and moan, Edward Norton's Hulk is fucking canon. They're the same character. May not be the same actor. He got himself a case of the Terrence Howard. But no, they're the same character. So you don't get to sit there and bitch and whine and moan. I don't care how much of a fucking male feminist Mark Ruffalo's character is. And Mark Ruffalo himself. But no, they are the same character. They have lived trauma and tragedy. You don't get to shit on that and walk away from these hands.
You say this of the same guy who played a very big role in the success of the MCU in the first place. Well, let's address the first statement there. Joss Whedon had an important hand in writing the mind and the snappiness of Tony Stark, but making every single character have constant quippy back and forth one-liners is not good for the MCU, as we can clearly see since we have access to the future. Making everybody a snark, which means making everybody Spider-Man, is not good. Because the people who should be snarking that much is Spider-Man. I've said that plenty of times. And yes, I do hate Joss Whedon, because Joss Whedon is fucking retarded. Pit of shame. Okay, first answer, correct. Second answer, the first level of World Breaker Hulk does not equal going full World Breaker Hulk. You clearly were not fucking listening. Bruce slowly getting fed up with Jan's antics and her attitude and letting slip his true potential in a small fight is a human reaction and a human experience. That's why I know I said first level. World Breaker Hulk has levels of anger and rage. Just as much as you seem to think that it's human to tell a man who's put a gun in his mouth that she can handle her rage and anger infinitely more than him, only to result in her capture in the last episode because she couldn't handle her infinite rage better than him. Granted, let's hope that this person is so stupid that they only began watching this because they came across it in the algorithm, and they didn't watch through the entire playlist and then leave this comment after watching the entire playlist. It's time to get some listening ears and some media literacy along with some media training. Pin a shame! Go! Don't forget that Joss diddled some teenagers during his time with Buffy and Angel. The less we say, the better. The less we say, the better. The less we say, the better. I will start making jokes and then I will not be able to stop myself. It will be too funny. It will be too funny. Anyways. I saw that people were mentioning this to me last night. I did not care. I still also do not care. It's unfortunate, but I cannot, in true honesty, say, "Oh my god, that's so bad." I don't. I don't care. I don't care. Not my wife. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I do not care. I don't care. Alright. I'm looking through all this. I don't see anything interesting to look at. So I suppose we're just going to sit here. What are you talking about? What are you responding to? It was a nasty comment that was left on one of my She-Hulk videos. It's right there. Pin of shame. Right there on the video. Pin of shame. Probably not right there for you. Just clicked off the thing. But the comment I just responded to.
They're the same character.
Comment I just responded to. Right there. The hacker. 4012. Pin of shame. Besides that, Destiny is possibly getting divorced from Melina. Streamer who has open relationship, sex having wife, potentially divorcing her. I don't care. because it's not my wife. Mm. I suppose we can react to some videos while we're waiting.
On October 30th, On October 30th, 2023, a force of unprecedented magnitude hit Atlanta, Georgia. A hurricane, an earthquake, a bolt of lightning. No, it was TikTok's favorite food reviewer, Keith Lee.
First off the plane, ATL, the first place we went to is Atlanta Breakfast Club. I got it, let's try it, and rate it 1 to 10.
Keith Lee is a food reviewer known for his no-frills critiques. He mostly orders his food to go or has his family order for him to prevent special treatment. People were excited when he announced he'd be visiting Atlanta on the next stop of his food tour, but that excitement was quickly tempered after Keith Lee's first dining experience in Atlanta was plagued with a peculiar set of rules.
The customer service was interesting. While the people were nice, the rules they had set were very unique to me. We initially tried to do takeout, but when we came in, they said we couldn't sit down, and there was no space at the bar for us to stand. So we had to stand outside to order our food, and then we decided we just gonna dine in. But 2 people in our party stepped out for a second, because again, we fresh off the plane, so everybody was trying to get situated. The waitress, again, she was nice, but she told us she couldn't take any orders, or she couldn't do anything until everybody sat down. No water, no coffee, no drink orders, no nothing. She also said they can only do 1 order, and there's no add-ons.
Nevertheless, Keith Lee persisted in the typical fashion of his takeout food reviews, commenting on the texture, flavor, and seasoning of each dish with his signature level-headed sincerity.
You need jelly for sure. It's buttery, it's salty, it's a good biscuit. I just can't swallow it. It's dry.
Despite being nearly suffocated by a dry biscuit, Lee remained gracious as always, but there was a hint of uncertainty in his sign-off.
For the first time in Atlanta, I'm very interested to see what the rest of this trip holds. God bless you, have an amazing day, y'all be safe.
He seemed to sense that his experience wasn't a bug, but a feature in the Atlanta restaurant scene, and he wasn't wrong. It wasn't the quality of the food, but the quality of the customer service that became the prevailing subject of Keith Lee's reviews.
Yesterday, me and my family were at the One Music Festival. Somebody who works at Candy Birds walked up to us and said they've been trying to reach us since we got to Atlanta. He said he'd been constantly emailing me and constantly DMing me, but me to come to Old Lady Gang. I got it, let's try it, and rate it 1 to 10. As you can see, I don't have any bags in my hands. Me and my family are in Atlanta, and currently we are at the Real Milk and Honey. I got it, let's try it, and rate it 1 to 10. As you can see, I don't have any bags in my hands.
Atlanta, how you out here fumbling Keith Lee? Here are the 6 things your restaurant should have learned by having Keith Lee up in your city.
My city of Atlanta is on blast now that Keith Lee is here exposing these restaurants. First of all, there should not be rules to attend a regular restaurant. It's not even a fine dining restaurant.
Hundreds of people co-signed Keith Lee's experience. Even Cardi B said that it seems like restaurants in Atlanta don't even want to make money because of how unnecessarily difficult it is to order food there.
You could barely order, and
I already covered this in my video. Especially, I think I specifically maybe gave a bit to the Cardi B section, or possibly it was inside of somebody else's reporting of it. That was a part of the reference of what I made to this. Duh. This video was dropped 6 days ago. Duh. Atlanta is bougie. As I said in my content, is bougie, and they aren't really forced into needing to behave because they get rewarded for not behaving, etc.
Atlanta restaurants, like you go like, hey, I would like to make order. Oh yeah, we don't take orders. We don't take orders. It gets to the point that I literally have to name, like I have to tell like people that order food from me, like, can you just name drop my name?
Many people heralded Keith Lee as having exposed Atlanta's clubified restaurant culture.
$18 cocktails, 20% added gratuity, music so loud I can't even hear myself think, shitty service. What is going on?
The thing is, I think restaurants have noticed the success of these clubs and adopted some of their strategies and marketing strategies for their own restaurants. And you notice this when you go to restaurants there and elsewhere where, you know, there's bottle service, there's hookah being offered, there's arbitrary dress codes, there is isn't an option of making reservations. So you've got to wait outside in line.
And while this culture is prevalent in Atlanta, it brought to the forefront many people's experiences with poor customer service, specifically Black people's less than stellar experiences at Black-owned businesses.
Well, in the middle of all the Black business discourse that's going on right now, my braider canceled on me.
My man's experience in Atlanta has really hurt my heart, and it's triggered some feelings I've had from my own experiences with Black businesses.
This conversation has been happening on the internet for a while now, specifically in the context of hairstylists.
You want to talk about...
It's been happening for longer than just a while. It's been happening for like 15 fucking years. Also, very interesting question to be asked there. Is it possible that the reason why African Americans treat other African Americans like shit is because it has been written into the African experience that whomever owns a business is rich enough to ignore clientele? Because
crazy hairstylist. When I first moved to Atlanta, this girl faked a car accident so she wouldn't have to do my hair.
When I tell y'all, look at my head right now. Look at my head. Like, I cannot make this shit up.
So I'm gonna tell y'all a quick story time when an Atlanta hairdresser boyfriend chased me at the house with a butcher knife.
I feel like I've seen it all at this point, from hot takes to horror stories about customer service at Black-owned businesses. I do want to say that on the internet, negativity and controversy is what gets the most attention, so these subpar experiences are not representative of all Black-owned businesses. Also, it goes without saying, but this discourse should not be taken as an opportunity to be racist or anti-Black. And while most Black-owned business controversy...
I feel like if you have to give a disclaimer to say, listen, even-headed people, it's not an opportunity to say, well, look at what the monkeys are. I feel like if you have to say that, there's clearly an epidemic going on.
See on social media is pointed to restaurants and hairstylists. These sectors are not representative of Black-owned businesses as a whole. The greatest number and share of majority Black-owned businesses are in the healthcare and social assistance sector. Fun fact. Disclaimers being said, I do think this is a topic worth examining. I myself have had experiences as a Black customer.
Sister-in-law got 2 restaurants mixed up, went to an all-Black brunch, felt awkward, and pretty sure in-laws got overcharged. Do you remember which restaurant it was? Was it the Real Milk and Honey and Milk and Honey?
Black businesses that resemble what I'm seeing online, and it is validating to see that people are talking about this. The Keith Lee Atlanta discourse got me thinking about the power dynamics at play when a Black customer patronizes a Black business, and this TikTok in particular.
There is no power fucking concern in play, because it's a customer going to a business as a customer. No, it was not. But imagine if it was, though. So, that statement she just said, the power dynamics of a Black customer going to a Black business. There is no power dynamic. It's a customer going to a customer service. When you have an ethnic area of a city or a town or a historical piece of land, and somebody who is of the ethnic background of that area, store, or business patronizes that business, it is like a math equation. It cancels it out. It's like having a negative integer and a negative integer. John, no! No, John, no! I shouldn't have encouraged this! No! It's like having 2 negative integers be canceled out in an equation. You wrap them up with the lowest common denominator, the LCR, LCD. It's been a while since I've said it like that. The LCD being the skin color, and all you're left with is the factors that matter most. The customer and the potential money. That's it. Customer, potential money. Customer, potential money. If they do not have examples where there are people who make it clear they care more about the race than the money, which I'm pretty sure there have been plenty of horror stories about it, it should not matter about the power dynamics. Because the only way you can have a high level power dynamic is somebody who's really getting upset about it. In terms of they are a well-known content creator and they have a business and they are known for having a particular kind of attitude because they are a high-level content creator. But the way that people phrase these things, you're expecting a Pokemon level freakout. You're expecting someone to say, "Do you know who I am?" But they don't usually do that. Realistically, the people who do that most often are TikTok influencers, but you know.
Is what inspired me to further explore it.
So the real Keith Lee touched down in Atlanta, and he's been exposing what we've been talking about in Atlanta for the longest time, prompting think pieces galore about these crazy house rules and horrible customer service. But nobody is talking about the crux of the issue, which is that Black people don't think other Black people deserve good customer service.
The creator goes on to explain that there are great Black-owned businesses and great Black customers all over the country, so the problem isn't necessarily with one or the other, but she believes that issues arise when those Black businesses serve Black customers. It's why Atlanta, a city whose population is nearly 50% Black, has been ground zero of this debate. But even outside of Atlanta, there is some truth.
Because you guys are forgetting the most important part of this at all. The proximity to the entertainment industry. Which is disappointing, honestly. I think I've seen at least 50 videos like this, and they always leave out the factor of the proximity to the entertainment industry. It's the reason why in Cardi B's quote, she says, "Can you just drop my name or something?" African Americans do not pay attention very often, if ever, outside of their spheres of influence. It's why there are so many people that when they see a celebrity that they recognize and know, they want to try to impress them. Because one, they're starstruck, and two, oh my, I get to serve VTI to Paris. Oh my lord, I love you and your wife's music. It's one of those things that you can only really understand when you're in the moment with the person. And if you've never been starstruck, then it probably wouldn't recognize to you, but it's probably one of the biggest factors. It's probably one of the biggest factors in terms of like socialization, especially if you're content brained and you believe that your entire life depends on the interaction that you're about to have with a celebrity.
Truth to it. This creator points to your local Popeyes.
Every city has a subset of the Atlanta experience. And what is it? Popeyes. That is typically Black people serving Black people, and it gives you a microcosm of this Atlanta experience.
Eating chicken gives you a microcosm of the Atlantean food experience. That's a statement. That's a statement.
The Popeyes employees are so quick to get belligerent, so quick to get angry, so quick to get aggressive over you basically asking them to do their jobs.
Welcome to Popeyes. How can I help?
We don't have that in Columbus. Also, as much as we like to consider it to be a joke, and as much as you want to like give clout to him by signal boosting his sketch, the reality is the majority of people who tend to work in chicken stores are overworked. And I wouldn't say underpaid, but I would say overly staffed for multiple positions at once and need to work quickly to upkeep the sales that they need to keep up with. Because a chicken store is actually a specialty store. It is a specialty to serve chicken. Chicken, biscuits, fixings, specialty desserts, Popeyes, Churches, Buc-ee's. Those of you lucky to have a Buc-ee's. I count KFC as just a general fast food business, but it technically counts. And of course, Bojangles. Especially places that come from south and further east than Georgia. They are specialty stores. They need to upkeep the particular level of business that that brand is known for having. So when you say something like that, and then you put it into the context of, well, they're specifically especially rude, I imagine there would be some people who would be rude. I imagine that would happen. Doesn't make sense, but I imagine that would happen. Stream's probably buffering a little bit right now. Where are my frames going? Looks like the frames are turned. Yeah, looks like the frames are turned. But they are rushed. It doesn't mean that's a good thing that they're rushed and that they feel rushed, but they are rushed. They are definitely rushed in these stores. I know I was when I worked in my Bojangles. And technically, this applies to multiple specialty stores. Specialty stores for chicken, specialty stores for pizza, specialty stores for cuisine of a particular state and or country. They're under the clock to make sure that they can put out and get more money back than what they spent in resource cost. So, add that in with whatever the particular person has going on in their personal life, and it can directly affect their ability to do job. Most certainly. Most certainly.
Okay, sir. Can I get a 3-piece with fries and mashed potatoes and with gravy inside?
Yes, sir. Spicy.
Yes, sir. No, wait, what do you want? What do you want?
And the customers can be very out of line as well. But why are the employees so quick to jump to anger? Why do they start off on the bad foot? It's because of the population they're serving. When you ask for basic things like extra sauce, they feel like you're not entitled to those things. They don't have to be kind. They don't have to be nice. Now, the reason this stays contained is because most times we don't own the franchise. We're just working at the franchise. So there's only so belligerent, so extra the employee's going to get. But Atlanta is proof positive of what happens when that Popeye's attitude gets taken to the very top of the food chain.
She goes on to explain that the Popeye's effect is only exacerbated when black people are the ones who actually own the business, because some black business owners believe the worst of their black customers before they even show up. It's
because African Americans can be the worst customers, so having been a bad customer, once they become a person who's in the position of owning a business, they expect black customers to be bad business because most of the time black servers and black customers can be belligerent. Which is kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy, no? They used to be a shit fucking person, so when they became the business owner, they expect people to be shit people. Hurt people be hurting people, and hurt people don't heal.
Why Atlanta restaurants have, in the words of Keith Lee, interesting rules, like no adding anything to your order. The creator acknowledges that some of these customer service issues, like long wait times and lack of online ordering options, may stem from a scrappy small business's budget, but she says it extends beyond mom and pop restaurants.
Of course, that's only acceptable if they have the advertised theme of being rude to customers, but to do that, you'd have to hire so many white women. I'm not even joking. The only way in which you can get away with having rude customer service is if the people who are doing the rude customer service are attractive and are white. Because inside the psyche of the African American living in the US, we would allow ourselves to be belittled by hot women, particularly wearing black and tight-fitting clothes.
And into some well-known and financed establishments in Atlanta. Old Lady Gang, for example, is a restaurant owned by Real Housewife Candy Burris, and Keith Lee didn't eat there because of the absurd wait time.
I think a lot of these black business owners in Atlanta particularly go in with the idea that they're going to cut corners because they are serving a population that doesn't deserve the best. We really need to unpack our internalized racism on this stuff.
This TikTok really resonated with me and put into words something I felt but wasn't able to articulate.
It is my fault I have resting bitch voice. Your fault. Like that's a problem.
Being treated poorly as a black customer in a black business still feels anti-black. But getting even standard customer service is not something that black people in America have had a long time.
Oh my gosh, she went there. Oh no. Oh, the video's ruined. Oh, she brought up Jim Crow. Oh no. Oh god. Oh no. Oh god. Like, why did you do that? Why did you do that? Why did you do that? Why did you try to compare blacks being rude to blacks as whites historically when they were racist as fuck being rude to blacks? Why did you do that? Oh no! Oh no! Oh, she ruined it. Oh, she ruined it.
White-owned businesses have been treating black customers poorly long before and after the Civil Rights Act of 1964, and I think this has impacted the behavior of black customers. For example, the fact that black people on average tip less. When waiters expect skimpy gratuities, they resist serving black customers, or they provide a poorer service, which discourages black people from patronizing table service restaurants. There's also the economic disparity. Black people on average have always had much less income and wealth than whites, so tipping standards that seem commonplace to people who have the money to dine out at nice restaurants may be novel to others. In one study, 35...
I'm so tired of that excuse system. The reason black people don't tip is because black people are stingy. Period. We are generally stingy. We spend the least amount of money that we can, whenever we can, as possible, because we are stingy. We are, if you wanted to use the nice word, frugal with our money, because we try to make money stretch. So if I know that I can spend a minimum amount of what I need to survive, if I have the choice between something that costs me $10 and something that costs me $15, I'm going to weigh the pros and cons between the $10 and $15 option. And whatever option gets me the greatest value for my money compared to something that would be an even higher expense, like $50, I'm going to take whichever of which is the least. Door. But there's one thing that I am very certain that I'm tired of hearing and seeing so goddamn much, is the implication that black people don't like to tip because black people have been historically harassed when it came to monetary income, and they do not tip because they have been told by the white man that their money's no good. I'm so tired of that fucking bullshit. Why are they going back to Jim Crow? Because they needed a better argument and they couldn't think of a better argument. You hate your voice. Sometimes when I try to be nice and pleasant, I still sound like a Country Matters fan, country music fan. Listen. I can't lower my octave without sounding like I'm flirting with someone, okay? It's unfair to me. I feel like I am held back because of my caramel skin and my sensual soul. I'm either way too sensual or I'm either way too sarcastic. There is no difference. There is no difference.
0.9% of African Americans identified the 15 to 20% tipping range as the norm versus 72.4% of white.
At least out here, Horror, that is not a bug, that is a feature. Take pride.
Because of
you have a power that has the ability to control people in a very small subset niche part of the world. Take pride.
this gratuity gap, I think it's very possible that even black-owned businesses expect the worst of their customers, leading to poor service and then poor tips, and the cycle continues. This has always been a taboo topic.
Yes, that is a self-fulfilled prophecy. So the way to change this system is not to equate it to Jim Crow, but to be the difference maker. Be the person that whenever you take any business work or you take any service food, regardless of whether or not the person making your Subway sandwich is black or the person who took your order at Domino's is white, leave a tip. Like a $3 tip. $3 is at least the minimum I would give. $1 might seem a little too lit. It might seem like it's an affront to them, but to any person who likes money, $1 is $1. $2, that's a lot of money. But a whole round number is 3, because it's 2 more than 1, and it's 1 more than 2. And it's 2 away from being a 5 spot. So if you don't feel comfortable handing them $5, hand them $3.
So I think the current discourse we're seeing about service as the black customer, specifically at black businesses, is endlessly interesting, and that's what I want to explore in today's video. First, let's elaborate on the Popeyes effect. Popeyes, a fast fried chicken chain, is notorious for its bad customer service. Most fast food chains aren't known for the quality of their service. McDonald's is known for its perpetually broken ice cream machine. Dunkin' is known for making the same drink 10 different ways. Chick-fil-A is known for being closed when you need it most. But Popeyes, more than most of its peers, seems to be associated with...
Haha, I need it most on Sunday. I need that chicken on Sunday, boys. Why can't you guys be open on Sundays? Y'all hate the gays. Be open on Sundays. Please, be open on
chronically bad service. It's also a restaurant that has traditionally served urban markets, aka most of its customers are black. Fast food is typically...
Because urban equals black, rather than urban equals inner city, where there happens to be a large populace of a black caucus. Words are hard, huh?
Taken to go or ordered through a drive-through window. I didn't need to tell you that. This format tends to cultivate an employee-to-customer relationship that is focused on completing the transaction as soon as possible, because that's the point of fast food. Of course, low wages and high turnover plays a huge role in the service or lack thereof at all fast food restaurants, but Popeyes still manages to be infamous for its bad service. And as the TikTok I referenced earlier theorized, it could be because black employees don't believe that black customers are entitled to niceness or even an extra sauce. There's no way to prove.
It's really not that at all. It's literally that they are working in a store at a location for anywhere between 8 to 10 hours, and they are cranking out food over a hot fucking fry stove. There is a line of 4 to 5 fryers. In the case of churches, 1 big fryer, and you are constantly, if you're the person who is the chicken preparer, you are marinating chicken, running the marination machine at the same time, you are cooking the chicken, you are pulling the chicken out on a beeper, on a timer, making sure you always have 8s rolling on 8 pieces of chicken, 8 times for each one, 8 times 4, coming out of the fryer to feed and to have for the size of whatever tailgate special might roll through the window. Because if somebody decides, oh, we're going to order 100 pieces of chicken, and they didn't call the order ahead, you now have to remake all that food. Because guess what? There is not 100 pieces of chicken in a normal 8s. So, you have to roll 4 8s, then after you're done rolling 4 8s, you need to make sure you have another few 8s prepared. And the way that chicken stores work, you're not supposed to serve chicken that hasn't been fully marinated for a minimum of 12 hours. So let's say you have 48 pieces of chicken on the line. Somebody comes through and places an order for 100 pieces of chicken. Because, you know, the AMC Black Church isn't going to cook the food this time. They forgot to cook the fried chicken. So they're going to go to Bojangles to grab it. But they didn't call the order in ahead. So you didn't already have a full 10 rolling through. So now you're rolling 10 pieces of chicken in 10 or in the 5 fryers. 4 fryers for certain. 1 fryer usually is dedicated to Cajun fries. So now, because you don't have a full roll on 8 going through all day, instead, you don't even have a 10 rolling all day, you're now rolling 4 all day for 4 hours. You're rolling a maximum of darks and whites to 2 fryers, 4 times 4 times 4, for at least an hour, so that for whomever wants to order a normal 10-piece box can get the proper portion of the amounts of chicken that they want. 8-piece, 10-piece, 12-piece, 16-piece, 32-piece. Specifically, chicken with biscuit serve. You and the grill, and Lord forbid the fucking person running the chicken machine is the same person who's running the grill, now need to serve out sides, chicken, fries, and also deal with the drive-thru who's in your ear telling you how much more they need for anywhere between 8 to 10 hours, a thankless job, where you're probably getting harassed by management, and because you're back at the house, nobody applauds you for your fucking effort. It's just drive-thru and frontline taking your fucking thunder. People don't often talk to the people in the back of the house, but I can tell you for certain, we get annoyed. Fast. Really fast. Because I could cook in the kitchen and then be in the front line serving an order, while they could be packaging the shit, and I'd take my happy little ass back to my spot in the kitchen. Because it's not hard to serve the front line. It really is not. Especially for businesses like Bojangles that are completely cut back on how much they need to do so that the chicken cook can have that much more time to work with. Because less sides to cook and less things to prepare actually means more time to work for. But then this is about Popeyes. Do you know how many sides Popeyes is serving? You know how much extra shit Popeyes decided to add to their menu? On top of needing to have half gallons and gallons ready to go whenever a customer makes them. And they're also doing it through DoorDash. Having done DoorDash with my wife, I've seen what they deal with. I'm impressed that some of these people don't just outright start smashing people's heads in. Does that mean that they should do it? No. Do I understand? Absolutely. Absolutely.
prove that this is empirically true, but someone should do a study on it. In the meantime, there is no shortage of anecdotes about terrible Popeyes experiences. I think it also has something to do with where Popeyes are located. Popeyes can be frequently found in food swamps, areas within food deserts where grocery stores and healthy options are sparse and fast food is abundant. And this constricted, unhealthy food market isn't an accident, but a direct result of racial segregation. In food swamps, sit-down restaurants are hard to come by. It's mostly
In
drive-through
food
to-go
swamps,
eateries.
sit-down restaurants are hard to come by. No, you just don't know where they are. No, you just don't know where they are, sweetheart. Y'all don't know where they are. And even if you did know where they were, you would abuse them way too fucking much. Say that stupid ass shit again so I can hear it.
Food swamps, areas within food deserts where grocery stores and there is no shortage of anecdotes about terrible Popeyes experiences. I think it also has something to do with where Popeyes are located. Popeyes can be frequently found in food swamps, areas within food deserts where grocery stores and healthy options are sparse and fast food is abundant. And
I wonder why that is. Should we go to any of the cities where the Summer of Love decided to spread its love of terrorism on the city? And let's just look at how many things you guys pushed away from you. I wonder why you can only find fast foods. Although this is also a lie. Even in the district right outside of my cul-de-sac, I can go down to the shopping district, and now they've actually reopened my local liquor store. So I could go down, buy a bottle, then walk a little bit further, buy some Wendy's, go a little bit further, buy some Burger King, walk back up, and as I'm walking through, go to my Publix and buy shit from the Publix, and then walk across the street to the next shopping district, go to the Fresh Mart, and buy some fresh fruit, some fresh candy, some fresh everything. And you know why you can do that? While still having access to a potential target? It's because we didn't burn our city down! The white girls that love their black men and also happen to have communistic views did one good thing other than also growing their own vegetables nearby the Mercy Med, where all of the fucking active communists work inside of the building. They made sure that they didn't burn the city down. So we have shit. Some of these places don't have shit. What? I can hear you, mother. What? Okay. Okay. Uh-huh. Yes, I heard you. I know. I am. One of the few times you will ever hear my mother say, pull my door up. I don't want to see your bedroom. Anyways. We still have our grocery stores because we didn't burn our cities down. Claiming that white people hate us. Burn the shit down. Some of these places would have something more than food deserts and food swamps if you guys didn't do that. Heathens. I joke. I'm having way too much fun. Ever since they made that comment the other day about Uncle Ruckus Core, I'm having way too much fun.
This constricted, unhealthy food market isn't an accident, but a direct result of racial segregation. In food swamps, sit-down restaurants are hard to come by. It's mostly drive-through to-go eateries. If these employees have primarily lived and worked in a place where fast food is all that's available, maybe less than patient service is normalized. As Popeyes has expanded, it started to reach out of its traditionally black niche and appeal to a wider audience of customers. So I would be interested to see if the quality of service changes as the race of its employees and customers does. At the end of the day, the Popeyes effect persists because of poor management from the top down and lack of vetting and training employees. But Popeyes...
No, it's not vetting and training employees, it's the management. If there's bad customer service, it's because of a person being pressured and also bad management. Period. Good managers that stand behind their employees have the confidence to do what needs to be done because they know that they can be able to do as much as possible, as best as possible. A person who is getting support from their store manager and from their shift lead have the ability to make confident decisions, especially when it comes to denying service to people who are being way too fucking rude.
knows who their customer base is, and maybe they haven't prioritized good service for that reason. On the other hand, when I think of a fast restaurant that has primarily Black employees and primarily non-Black customers, Sweetgreen comes to mind. Founded in 2007 by 3 Georgetown students, Sweetgreen was created to fill the gap in the market for fast, fresh, and healthy food. If you've never been to one, think Chipotle, except they only make salads and don't sell soda, unless it's like artisanal kombucha. Sweetgreen is also infamous for being located in exclusively white, affluent neighborhoods. At the end of 2018, 95% of Sweetgreen's 89 nationwide locations were located in predominantly white zip codes with an average income of about $97,000. I couldn't find race-based employee statistics, but if you have been to a Sweetgreen, at least in New York, it's hard not to notice that most of the employees are people of color and overwhelmingly Black, while the customer base of Sweetgreen is primarily white-collar, white people, and you don't hear them complaining about the service. Popeyes and Sweetgreen are 2 very different businesses, so it's not a perfect comparison, but the point I want to make—
So why did you make the comparison between the two of them? Because you wanted to say, look, this was started by Georgetown white people, and all the people who work at the Georgetown white people business are all Black, and all the people who are working there are I'm having too much fun, I'm sorry.
Is that there are very different power dynamics between Black employees serving primarily white customers and Black employees serving primarily Black customers. I don't think this is consciously on the forefront of people's minds when they are working at or patronizing a business, but—
Because why should race be in the forefront of people's minds when they're fucking buying food? They're hungry!
What's at stake, the customer's experience and satisfaction, seems to be of much more importance when a Black employee serves non-Black people versus when a Black employee serves Black people. I'm not saying that you'll automatically get different or worse service if you as a Black customer are being served by a Black employee. In fact, I have been served probably exclusively by Black employees at places like Sweetgreen or the Apple Store, and I've had great experiences. But I do think there's a shift in the dynamic when the employee and customer base are primarily Black. In Black American culture, there is a sense of familiarity that at times is really nice, and it's very effective at cultivating community. If you share no blood relation, you are someone's auntie or brother or sister, even if they are a complete stranger. It's a normal way to greet someone. However, I think that same—
That's less to do with race, and that's more to do with general politeness, which is ingrained for most of our parents to try to treat strangers with some level of kindness because it makes your day go by better and faster being kind than being self-reliant or bitter. Okay, make it about race.
Familiarity can blur boundaries when it comes to professionalism and providing a service. Just because we're brothers and sisters doesn't mean it's okay for a hair appointment to start an hour late. And that's what I want to talk about next, the other main sector outside of Popeyes where Black people are serving Black customers: hair. I found an interesting article from the New York Times written in 2001 about the influx of African braiders in Harlem. I think it was just a really cool article to find because the hair braiding market isn't something that is widely reported on, especially in a mainstream outlet like the Times. So this is what it says. 2 decades ago, a Black American looking to get her hair braided into a head of plaits thinner than a knitting needle could spend $100. It could, after all, take up to 12 hours to get the job done. But African immigrants arriving in New York began to undercut the prices charged by African American salon owners. The same slender braids can now be had for as little as $125, a lot less than a generation ago when adjusted for inflation. As more African Americans opened braiding salons, today there are roughly 130 in the city's telephone directories. Some African Americans had to expand into other hair services like colors, cuts, and curls. Others went out of business. But as the waves of immigration continued, it seemed that too many Africans had the same idea, opening shops faster than it takes to get from Nigeria to New York. Francine Toku, an African American who owns Afrogenics, an Upper West Side salon, started off just doing braids, but she has expanded into services like chemical hair straightening and weaves because of competition from Africans. Now only 40% of her clients ask for braids, which cost $125 for simple cornrows to $2,500.
Have mercy. That's a lot of money for fucking hair.
People are willing to pay her prices, Ms. Tuku said, because they are concerned about sanitation and braiding practices in many African-owned shops. And some of her customers, Ms. Tuku said, complain that braiders at the African salons have used dirty combs or braid too tightly, end quote. I feel like even today, this is still one of the primary complaints people have about African braiding shops. They will take your edges. Too tight braids have caused many women, myself included, to avoid box braids from African braiders, but in recent years, a new style of braids have entered the market: knotless braids. Knotless braids look very similar to box braids, except they lay flatter on the head, and one of the biggest selling points is that they feel much lighter and put much less tension on your scalp. It's hard to say who exactly invented knotless braids, but they originated out of an interest to better protect natural hair and blew up on social media. I think this is what helped jumpstart the businesses of so-called IG hair braiders, younger, tech-savvy entrepreneurs who are equally versed in ring lighting as hair braiding. They have been a welcome addition to the hair braiding scene. They are more digitally accessible than traditional African hair braiders because they have websites and Instagram pages where you can message them for information on services and...
Checking the title of the video, Keith Lee and the Black-Bone Business Discourse. I'm gonna be dead ass with you. I'm looking at Keith Lee. He does indeed have braids. But what the fuck are we doing talking about hair salons when we're talking about a food reviewer? I'm gonna be serious. I'm gonna be dead ass. Seems like you got lost in the reeds and you just wanted to go off about some shit that you knew about.
See their previous work. They have clear price lists and online booking where you can secure appointments months in advance, unlike walk-in braiding shops where wait times can vary. Some of them are scrappy and braid out of their homes or will even come to yours. While these features have made hair braiding more accessible and convenient for many, the IG hair braider experience is not without its drawbacks. Several people have taken to social media to complain about the stylist's lack of communication, last-minute cancellations, and lengthy rule lists. It seems like IG hairstylist horror stories have become a small but mighty niche on social media.
So guys, I had a silk press yesterday. This is not giving me silk vibes, it's giving me polyester with a dash of cotton.
Come look at this bullshit, because these stylists have lost their mind. I seen this on Twitter, read this. Pause.
I'm suing this hairstylist for my deposit back after she overslept during my appointment time.
These accounts resemble Keith Lee's struggle to order food in Atlanta. Of course, these experiences are not representative of all IG braiders, but sometimes you have to wonder if the Popeyes effect is at play. The braiders are primarily Black Americans, as are their customers, so does this impact the level of customer service and professionalism they think that they're entitled to? I feel like there's been a small resurgence of people going from the new age IG braiders back to traditional African braiding shops because they're tired of the higher prices, rules, and sometimes lack of professionalism.
Me and my best friend decided to go back to the Africans to get our hair done, and honestly, 10 out of 10.
Okay, story time. So yesterday my braid appointment got canceled, right? So what do? I look up the motherfucking Africans.
Now, I don't think people's positive experiences at African braiding shops necessarily disproves the Popeyes hypothesis. In comparison, at African braiding shops, as the name suggests, the braiders are West African immigrants, while the customers are primarily Black Americans. In this setup, the Popeyes effect doesn't exactly apply due to the cultural and language differences. So what is the customer versus service provider power dynamic at play? In my opinion, it resembles a nail salon more than anything. Like African braiding shops, most nail salons are operated by a distinct ethnic group, Asian immigrants. Language and cultural barriers are prone to foster mutual misunderstanding between customers and providers, but the power dynamic is also similar because many immigrants' view of Black Americans has been informed through a racist, white supremacist lens, one that paints us as undeserving. The same is true of the internalized racism that fuels the Popeyes effect. Okay, so honestly, I don't really know how to wrap up this video. All of the things I
Bitch, you didn't know how to fucking float the video. Fuck. 344k views for that.
talking about are really based on people's individual experiences. At the end of the day, there isn't a lot of data that says like why people are acting like this or if this is even a true phenomenon, the Popeyes effect, right? It's all based on people's experiences. So I kind of just want to open a conversation about that, and I would love to hear everyone's thoughts below. Since I
just wanted to open a conversation about something that had to start off with Keith Lee because I really wanted to talk about Keith Lee.
Really know how to end this, I figured I would just leave you with a little piece of fun entertainment of my own personal hair horror story, which is only funny to me in retrospect. But okay.
I'm not interested. Oh, fucking God. I called it in my video. People who really love to talk about things are going to immediately jump onto him and use them as a talking point. Diablo 3. Really use him as a talking point, and they were not going to let it the fuck go. Despite the fact they should probably let it the fuck go. And now we will wait for Affliction to begin. Just wanted to watch that video beforehand. We have 2 hours and 22 minutes before Affliction starts. $2 hours. Yes. You have to wait to play video games by playing video games for 2 hours. I already have my build up in my path of building ready to go.
New goods today. Please look. You won't be.
Ding dong. I keep getting these connections, reconnections. Well, the guy's here. What is everyone up to? Waiting for Affliction? Or is enjoying being freed from COVID so that she can embrace her man? Everybody else, I don't know. Costco run with your folks. You're trying chicken and bacon cookies.
I need a corpse. I must wait. I must have a corpse. That is not possible. I need essence. This world can abide you no longer. I need a corpse. For that.
She's working. Yeah, she was good. You're wired and you know not the reasons why. Were you visited by an incubus in the night?
Corpse. I cannot do that. We find more like that. I cannot do that. That is not possible. I cannot do that.
Ooh, 5 10s. Incubus. Demon creature that wants your semen.
I require a corpse for that.
You're a guy. Yes. All incubuses and all succubuses are intersex. They change gender depending on what they need to do. They go to women to steal their semen, and then they go to men to steal their semen as succubuses. Then they go to women as incubi to implant said semen.
I must wait.
I know. I wasn't holding it against you. What would he want with you? Your butthole. Your semen and your butthole. Well, now you do. Now you do. It's always going to feel slightly funny to me that my form of adulthood takes place to me in my bedroom. I'm never going to really be adjusted to that.
Long I have labored to master the dark arts. Now I finally reap the rewards. For Magda has acknowledged me. She goatman. All of my labors were for a bunch of rotten, stinking goatmen. Magda claims that they will become our most valuable allies, and that the task is one that she can entrust to no one but me. I know my place. I am most bruisingly humble.
I cannot do that. I cannot do that.
Where's your succubus? Succubus pendant.
I must have a corpse.
I can spam this while holding this down.
That is not possible.
I have too much to do when you get home. That's not great. You'd rather have a Lilum?
I need to go back.
You want a half-scarred faced burned demon witch? One that's aggressive and probably spits in your mouth? I mean, alright. Look, they like what they like. The SMT Lilum? I mean, I guess, but they're still gonna do the exact same thing, which is be aggressively mean to you. Is that what you want? You want them to be aggressively mean to you? Hmm? Poison abilities. Just poison. Corpse Explosion, but the Corpse Explosion that I need is Final Embrace. Lord have mercy. You haven't gotten laid in 2 weeks because of the plague. Laura's so real for that. She's so real for that, chat.
That needs to recharge. I must wait.
Now I have target focus issues. Fuck.
I am overburdened.
Fuck. Lena's Shadow Hook. Arcane damage, intelligence, vitality. Every point of maximum essence increases your damage by 0.5, and bone spike generates 3 additional essence for each enemy hit. Nice. This is a scythe, and I'll get to use Dark Reacher. Okay, so again. Is that what I'm supposed to expect if I get hitched? What? That your wife and or husband will jump all over you? Depends. It depends. Enemies hit bleed for 50 and heal you for 0.5 total life. Sure, we'll take blood spikes. My inventory is fully full.
Weakness consumes you.
I am overburdened. carrying too much.
Legendary drop. I see it. Another one. Just saying, the wife suddenly jumping the bones like a pair of sheep panther out of blue is enticing and terrifying. You'll learn to get used to it. Just think of how much they wanted to see you. And now you're finally there. Lost all my experience bonus because I died, so it fucking sucks.
Must serve the sight.
Nothing legendary. Another legendary.
This world can abide you no longer. I must wait. I am overburdened.
Okay, now it looks like it's out of place.
I am returning to town.
So, is the edge of these rifts just to get to a goblin that's going to drop a horde? I guess it is. Oh, my body. So, War's Nightmare. Haunt is cast upon all nearby enemies when you open a chest. And I get siphon blood damage. Gauntlets. Instant immobilize and hit. Getting hit increases armor by 50 but reduces movement speed by 15 and attack speed by 20. Stacks up to 5 times. Baldur's Zakara. Items become indestructible. Emanate. Bone spirit damage. Resource cost reduction by 7%. Or 75 chance to explode in the fan of knives for 550 feet when hit. Definitely this. Mirror ball. Is it only? Magic missile fires 2 extra missiles. That's gonna take away my thing. I'll get increased armor, but I'll lose move speed. Let's consume corpses, keep overwhelming essence. Fine. I mean, it's not that big of a change, Aqua. Just depends on how affectionate the party can be. Though, when they jump your bones, you just need to be prepared and ready to deal with it. All warm inside. Now I'm finally worked on. % life report. Doesn't seem that bad. Should be a 2-hour wait now. At least 2 hours left. Yeah, about an hour and 50 minutes to go. Slow and slow down. It is being, the connection is being lagged. I don't know by what. will haunt me for all of my days.
I must wait.
They get little sputter legs and they stand up and they walk.
That needs to recharge.
Waste corpses no longer.
Decay and rot.
Help me! I'm trapped! In here! In the Iron Maiden!
Inside 1263 Yarno Kyrgyzstani.
God bless you. I was certain I was gonna die in there. I heard rumors of vast treasure to be found down here. A damn fool that I am, I believed them. Don't know why I thought it might be inside an Iron Maiden. All I could think of while I was trapped in that horrible darkness was that no one would ever know what had happened to me.
I must wait. I need to go back.
And so the resource stack is again. First one will crit. What are enemies at?
He died recently. Whatever killed him must be nearby.
Am I being slow? Apparently, yes. The shit was coming out so fucking slow. That reduction in attack speed is not a fucking joke. Yeah, it's a slow. Holy shit. That slow is gnarly. I gotta replace those gloves, holy fuck.
As I look, really.
I need some intelligence. That's not the correct.
That needs to recharge.
I should have enough for this now.
Yes, idea. Not quite.
Really? I'm already out of death's breaths. Oh, whoa. You're furious. Why are you furious? What's wrong? What's wrong, baby? Tell Carl your ails and woes. Also, ooh, woo. Hello, Franco 60. Franco 60? Franco 6? I don't know how that's pronounced. I'm sorry. What's wrong, John?
These enemies defy all reason.
router robbed me of a match and your computer did an impromptu reset. RIP. We've all been there. I've been there plenty of times. Sometimes I live there. It's okay, John. It'll get better.
Your death nears.
Your router's suicidal, my internet likes disconnecting. We're all suffering, bro. We're all suffering.
Give it more time. That needs to recharge. I must wait.
I mean, it could be worse. You could be living in a third world country, and you could have absolutely zero internet.
The Tristram fields are fair lands, fertile and temperate. Superstitious farmers kept away from them for quite a while after the fall of Old Tristram. But time has persuaded them to abandon these ridiculous notions and take up the whole...
It's hard to tell what killed this creature.
Those scavengers trapped my poor wife and me down there for hours. I'm sure she'd love to meet you, and thank you for your help.
That sounds like a trap. And not at all like you're gonna
We
try
have
to
a
kill me.
visitor, dear. My love, this is the man who saved our farm.
There is no life left in her.
She has been ill of late, but my love will see her through.
You defy all reason.
Oh, she's nodded off. My wife can't help with the planting and harvesting.
We'll be back in a while. Okay. How long do we have now? Hour 35.
Returning to town.
I must wait.
Always wanted to fight some of these.
There's nothing just there.
Not accept this. It's not my time to die.
Weakness consumes you!
My name is Latdanan, and I'm cursed. Once the captain of King the Oryx army, I lived only to honor my land and my king. No man has a greater love for his
Give it
king than
more
I
time.
have for mine, even as I drove my blade through his dark and corrupted heart.
This world can
That's
abide
not a
you
chest.
no longer.
The fuck is giving me these facts? It's literally chest. But why the fuck is it still incising all of them?
I must wait.
What him? Thanks for Griswold's masterpiece.
That needs to recharge.
I'm feeling a significant difference in treasure goblins on console than I ever did on PC.
You make a fine corpse. I must wait.
Are they coding door openings as like chests? That's the only thing I can imagine is happening.
I need to go back.
Spend all my money on the stash. Well.
Decay and rot. think the world is safer now?
That needs to recharge.
I don't like the look of that. The grave beckons. Heal me. I must wait longer.
Damn, the death enemy.
You, a fine corpse.
Give it more time. I can't carry any more.
Must serve the cycle.
What? Yeah? He's doing his job?
wanted to fight some of
That needs to recharge.
my wounds are deep.
Mom's definitely breaking.
I'm returning to town.
New weapon. Or I'll stop it. That's the same button twice. Slay enemies with less than 5 health. Additional 40% damage reduction. Enemy inflicted by any of your curses. Yeah. Gain 59 movement speed after fearing an enemy. Gain life from enemies around you.
I understand I'm not for everyone, but give me a try, and you
I never stopped looking for Kanai. Your imaginative, aren't you?
looking at the shadow hook effect. Emanates. What does that mean by emanates? Just back off. Okay. Slay less than 5. Fearing life. After fearing. I'm not seeing any curse effects that are good. Elective mode. Fear, 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 fear. Oh, fear. Here we go. Fear.
Thank you.
Yeah, this stupid ass inventory spot. Wow, lose count towards it. Okay.
No, not here.
Every point of maximum resistance increases damage. Additional gain bone spikes. What if I don't want to use bone spikes? Surely I'll stop dying as I get more powerful. Surely.
Give it more time.
Yes, they did count that. It does count it as one. Wow. It counts that as a fucking chest. Wow. Well, that'll artificially increase my clear.
That needs to recharge.
The night embraces you.
My essence is too low.
And when you're not using a scythe, you can really feel that loss of fucking upkeep. Also, I'm lost.
I must wait.
Bad, meet good.
Well done. Here you have finished all the...
Zakharum has fallen to disgrace. As the shepherd watches over his... May the gods who abandon...
Yep, still there.
That needs to recharge.
We'll just like a second. So useful.
Want to find more gold?
Oh, yeah, wait now. A little over an hour. Oh. I can't contain my excitement. I want to play the game. Please, let me play the game.
This world can abide you no longer.
Give it more time.
Ten levels left. Am I going to hit 70 before we even get into Affliction or what?
This world can abide you no longer.
I must wait.
Decay and rot.
Technically, we're using free skill. I don't actually have to have primary. There is no. I thought I knew where it was. Never mind, I'm bad.
That needs to recharge.
Weakness consumes you.
My insight grows.
There you are. Don't tell me that you never suspected I was more than what I seemed. It was the only way that I could get close to you. And now, we're about to get much closer.
I don't know who you are. I still don't know who you are. A lot of marquees titans, finally. No longer are we dropping the low ones. Can't eat much. I guess, kinda. More maximum essence. So now it gives me the ability to actually use a... Nope, never mind, it's two-hander. Back to Dark Thing to go.
I'm burning to doubt.
Thought it was a two-hander.
New goods today. Please look. You won't be
It's taking 5 every time. That's crazy. Can't argue with damage. Vitality, life would be important. Not horrible. Oh.
Have you spoken to Aura?
Not yet. What does one say to an ancient Nephilim ghost?
I suppose you start with hello.
I recognize that smell.
I can smell the heater. I can smell the heater. I assume so. That's why I'm standing at the bottom of the ladder. Are you up there, sir? Probably not. Maybe he's outside. I said probably not. Maybe he's outside. I can smell the heater at least. No? Okay. Everything's more or less good, yo. Huh?
We have heat again. Hooray.
Okay, they can't touch the thermostat until he tells us, so... I'm gonna do it now, so continue to wait. Should be like 50 minutes now? 46.
Embraces you.
That needs to recharge.
Consumes you.
Get here. I can smell away. Probably such a better thing to say. Something you expect the fire extinguisher to say when you're in the middle of something.
That was a worthy foe. Glorious.
It's like Seymour. You tell. Smell, heat, they're close. Also getting to the casual mill territory.
Essence.
This one mother is going to drive me insane. What, mother? What, mother? I can hear you across every room in this house, but you still can't hear me one room away. What, mother? Okay, let him finish working on it. He's not done. Patience, impatience. Okay, Carl. This is your job. This is your job. Another day, another league, another year, another perhaps semi-successful life. However, I'm not beating the Carl doesn't have a job in December allegations. I'm definitely not beating them. I need to back it up. I need to back it up. I need to back it up. I wonder if there is Kool-Aid in this version of the game. Actually, I don't even wonder. I can just Google it. Only obtained in torment. See. Some drops in the chest. Skills. Scan black room. Duplicate your secondary skill for 15 seconds. Alright.
I'm kind of locked into having that because of this item.
Belial, Lord of Lies, is the most elusive of the 7 evils and is
That
a
needs to
master of
recharge.
deceit. It is said that he manipulated Asmodan into revolt against the prime evils. This began the Burning Hell's civil war, which ended with the dark exile of the prime evils to our mortal realm.
There it is. Which one do I get? Ulcothos. No, Yorick. I mean, it'll give me the excuse to not have to worry about fearing shit. Bonus experience? I like bonus experience. I should keep it. Kind of. That is a lot of survivability to give up though. But it's also a dex.
I must wait. Give it more time. For one. The cultists are not using an illusion. The way is blocked. I must go through the to the west.
31 minutes. 30 minutes. That looked like 31 to me. Yes, 31.
Captain of the Guard. You are hereby ordered to send a band of your most loyal men to secure the Qasim outpost. Control of the city hangs by a thread. The commoners are becoming restless, and it is imperative that we subdue them. Remain vigilant, for there may already be an outsider within our borders looking to stir up trouble.
Another opportunity. What? 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 Everything is fixed. Just walked out. Now. As I suspected, doing the extra paperwork and you got back into you. You need to stop panicking and worrying. I know. I have to wait till it comes back in the paperwork that you asked for. That's nice. Oh, heat. Cold air requires time to heat. No, Mother, I'm not. Unfortunately, I actually understand how it has to work. And it's time. Even then, you just wait for them to finish paperwork to bring it to you. You walked out of the house. He's gonna walk back in with the paperwork. You want to just do the job and leave. That's wonderful. Wait for them to walk back in the house. You don't feel good, so therefore you're gonna make yourself feel worse by making yourself forced to be upset and angry? That makes sense. Who is that girl? Who is that girl? I'm pretty sure my sister's not that girl. Don't you think that's a sign of how upset you're making yourself? So yes, you are making yourself upset? Take your therapeutic advice and relax? See, when I know I can't do anything, I don't stress myself out about how much I can't do. Maybe take my advice. My vent even open? Yes, it is. How is this thing working exactly? Yes.
This one, it's not going to tell you what to.
Settings. Generally heat for cool things on versus running automatically.
It only turns the fan. It only turns the fan on when it's running. If you want the fan to run the entire time,
You hear that, Mom? No more drinking with the fan no more. Yes, she actually does move it.
with the furnace, it shouldn't take long. About an hour. I can't tell what to spend, but I have it set to 75. Maybe we should. That's why I asked you. What, the fan? Yeah. If you want it to only run with the system, like you have the heat on or the air conditioning on, you would leave it on auto. Auto. Okay. Yeah. Have a good one.
You too. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
At least an hour from house to eat. Yes. I know, that's why I asked him how the thermostat works, so maybe he can hear. I am my mother's son. I am a very particular man. Doesn't go all the way to the side, but now my vent is definitely open. Yes, hot air in the house for the first time in, like, I don't know, I think a year? I think it blew up last year. I'm toasty. I'm toasty, chat. I'm toasty. Your boy has heat. Now your boy needs to go get the mail. Heating valve was not functioning because heating valve wasn't functioning. Blew up furnace, changed part, ordered from 420, replaced. I'll put the thermostat on. Got one of the good bends on, but I don't have to press hard. The only thing I'm really concerned with is my feet being chilly. I don't know about you, Chad, but I can't play video games if I have cold feet, literally. There's something about the disturbance of heat differential across your toes that just fucking makes me have like an all-over body shiver. Maybe I'm weird.
Is this actually affected by Paragon? No.
That needs to recharge. I must wait.
I didn't open anything.
That needs to recharge. That needs to recharge.
Nice staff. It's a free boy sipping on when you hit them. It's a free girl, and I can use as fucking weapon socket. Increase my damage if it isn't fucking hard, though.
Give it more time.
The night embraces you.
That needs to recharge.
Come on. I don't like when there's gaps like these. If I can leap across from one side, I should be able to leap across to the other, no problem. And that'd be fucking League of Legends.
I need to go back.
$13. Friends list. Pending. Anna. Do I know an Anna? I do not. That's funny. Hearing you guys talk about Game Awards makes me feel great, because it reminds me that I don't give a fuck about the Game Awards, so I'm not affected by any of it. Slightly more damage on this, but I don't care. Freelance, back in the war, no see girls, going in circles, I see them, lap the cheeks from the back and forth, and back up again, as they clap, 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 they clap in a circle. 'Cause they clap.
New goods today.
They clap in a circle. Alright, weapon sockets. Damage to elites. Damage, critical hit damage, life per hit. And most important thing we need is damage to elites. Material into the head. Our key into the weapon. And then just straight vitality.
Give it more time.
Oh, we can salvage. to wait until 74 at actual fully roll. We'll make rain, make over. However, I need to patch. Validating the patch. 10 minutes! 10 minutes, chat. Thoughts on H Bomber Guy Internet Historian drama? I think I already gave my take, but I'll repeat it. It was pretty cringe. H Bomber Guy wanted an excuse to attack Internet Historian. He did not criticize larger known breadtubers known for freebasing people's content, such as Hassan, lolcow level tier Tridents, should be ignored as the attack helicopter it is. Validate my game, validate my game, validate my game, my game, my game, my game, my game, my game, validate my game, validate my game, validate, 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 validate my game. Yeah. Surely Filter Blade is ready. Filter Blade is ready. Yes, thank you. How do we want it to look this season? We're going into an area that's wooded and green. We're gonna want some blues. Otherwise, we can make it highly contrast. Azurite? Sure, let's go Azurite. We'll take a semi-strict softcore. No notifications. What are you notifying me of, Steam? Octopath Traveler is on sale and Stick Fight the Game is $1.99. Poggers. That doesn't matter to me right now. Come on, camera. There you go. Focus. Thank you. I don't know why that registers me as Columbus, Ohio, but whatever.